Welcome to the coin toss for this match number 14 of the Frankfurt European Cricket Series Krefeld, and it's part 2 of a double header between the two top teams in Group A so far. The impressive newcomers Vfbg Gelsenkirchen up against Mscf Frankfurt, powerhouses and previous ECS winners. Let's get to the toss for match number 14, and it will be Gelsenkirchen who will have the call on that toss. Match referee Alex Dowdles has the coin in his hand, and we're ready to go.
Yes, Michael, Vfbg to call. Head is a call, and it's a head. Yeah, your ball first. Your ball.
So, Gelsenkirchen have won the toss. They've decided they're going to have a bowl in match number 14. So Mscf Frankfurt will bat first. Let's get up to Vinny Sandu, who's waiting for you in the commentary box.
Thank you very much, Michael. Yes, it is Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Mscf for the European Cricket Network, and welcome to Krefeld. If you've just joined us, we are one match into a 4-match schedule today on day 4 of the Frankfurt European Cricket Series, Germany, Krefeld. See there the surrounds of the Bayer-Uerdingen Cricket Grounds. Great facility they've got here. Cricket has been on the up and up in Germany for a few years. Of course, just the demographics and a lot of people from South Asia emigrating to Germany and Europe in general. There's been a lot more interest in cricket, and you see it starting to take effect with more teams, more players, more facilities and resources. Thanks to everyone at the DCB for assisting us at the European Cricket Network in putting this event on the Frankfurt European Cricket Series. And, well, we're getting ready for match 14, the second match of the day. Mscf Frankfurt, they'll be batting first because Swapnil Vahadi, the Vfbg Gelsenkirchen captain, has decided that he wanted to bowl first after winning the toss. And looks like they'll be sending out the same opening combination as the first game, Adil Khan and Sikandar Khan, the captain. So they'll be keen to cement their spot at the top of the table. It'll be hard for them to be caught, although Ash and Rising Stars are a chance to do that. But just the way they've won the game, I think their net run rate will be pretty handsome. But we've seen it before. Mscf Frankfurt winning the first game of a series against the Aachen Rising Stars, actually, and came back and beat them in the second match. And the reason we have these 2-match mini-series between the same teams in the first half and the second half of the day, it's just around the COVID regulations. Of course, we're playing under some pretty serious COVID protocols, and just reduces the amount of people in the facility at a time, being able to have the two teams going head-to-head 2 games in a row. And so, well, game 13 now, that's ancient history. And 2 teams going back out there. It will be the same order of innings. So Mscf batting first. Last time they scored 116. How many will they get this time? That's the question. I'm going to see Afan Malik opening the bowling for Vfbg Gelsenkirchen. Adil Khan will be facing up. And he's just missed out in a couple of innings. I'm sure he's keen to get amongst the runs. All in readiness now for the first ball of match 14. Hope you're enjoying the coverage if you're watching on Frankfurt in India, or whether you're watching on our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network. We are so close to 200,000 subscribers. Today could be the day. And if you haven't already, why don't you join us on our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network. 198,000 plus at the moment. In a matter of time till we hit that 200k mark. Tell your family and friends if you haven't already. It's European Cricket Network. It's a place to get an unprecedented amount of cricket entertainment 6 days a week. Just waiting for the clock to tick over. And here we go with the first ball of match 14. Oh, he's miscued this. It's top edge, but it's going to fall safely. In fact, he's going to get away with the boundary. So a bit of luck for Adil Khan. And no luck for Afan Malik. First ball, dug in short. He went for it. And no means was that where it was intended, but he gets the boundary as we welcome back into the commentary box Michael McCann.
Yes, hello and welcome to the rematch. Mscf winning by 36 runs earlier on. But Adil Khan still not quite showing his very best at this tournament yet. Ever since 63 not out of 32 against the Boosters on Monday, he's struggled.
Well, he's not struggling with this. This one's over mid-off and Maximo. Well, there's a 6. And, well, this was some power from Adil Khan. And, well, we mentioned before, he was shouting out to his wife. Well, he's always sent this one back to Frankfurt. And so, well, the first one might have been a miscue. This one was right out of the middle. 10 off 2 balls then. This one's just mishandled at short fine leg. And we'll get a single. They'll bring Sikander Khan on strike. And look, the captain for MSC Frankfurt, he's a pretty unselfish player, but I think he's put himself up to the top order for a reason. They need to get some batting into him, and let's see if he can make an innings here in match 14.
Yeah, Sikander's struggled a touch with the bat in this ECS. Top score of 18 not out off 14 against the Cologne Challengers. And that's the only... Well, it's a great problem to have, but it's the only problem MSC Frankfurt have got. And actually, it's a similar problem to what Gelsenkirchen have with the bowling department in particular. We've got so many options. I mean, Dawud Mohammed is one of the best hitters and death bowlers at this tournament. Has just got a thanks for coming. Now, he's going to be heavily involved in this game, I'm assured. Dawud Mohammed not batting or bowling in that recent victory. I'm assured that he's padded up and is going to bat somewhere in the top 5 this time around, and he is going to bowl his pair of overs too. Got a proper embarrassment of riches here, MSC Frankfurt. The only side with previous ECS experience of any of the 10 in this competition.
Huff and Malik comes in again. Sikander cuts this one away. It gets over the man in the circle, and this will probably run away for a boundary. So he gets himself going, and it's been a very good opening over for Frankfurt. The score moves up to 15, and at the end of 1, it is 15 for no loss.
And a great ball to open your account to as well. Just wide and short, there to be cut. Knows he's got to just get it over that inner ring. He's going to get 4, so 15 off that first. That's a great start for MSC, who are going to look to better their score. 116 for 4 they posted this morning. Sikander said to me he's very happy with the team total, but very dissatisfied with his individual form. His main goal in this one was to try and get that going. Speaking of getting things going, Adil Khan there re-rehearsing his reverse shots, which we could well be seeing as Sharutuv Avasti comes on.
Goes after this one straight away. Adil Khan doesn't connect. He's been a bit hit and miss, but when he hits them, wow, it's looked good. His consistency is something he'd like to work on. He's so attacking.
Well, it's the outswing that drifted that one away from Khan. Avasti with 1 for 21 from his pair of overs when these teams met this morning. It's gone straight through Khan, who, by jumping a long way outside the leg stump here, is unable to access the ball, and what's more, he doesn't get the wide that he would have got.
Say hello to Siraj Afridi, who's in the YouTube chat. It's the brother of Shahid Afridi Jr., Mini Boom Boom. I'm sure he's loving what he's seeing this morning. Saying he's enjoying the coverage and the commentary. Adil Khan whips this one away, and it's going to get through the infield. Raturi's got the chase on. He's going to pull it off just inside the boundary, and we'll trot back for 2. So there's a little bit short. It's a bit of a risk with only 3 men on the leg side. It's a field we've seen employed quite often in this series. Not something you see very often, but at least it gives the bowlers the opportunity to bowl that off-stump line with a bit more protection. Also perhaps encouraging the batsman to hit across the line. It also depends where you bowl it. If you bowl short, you're going to get punished. You see right here the offside field coming into play. It's good bowling by Awasti. Well, let me see Frankfurt. I'll be keen to finish top of the group. Theoretically, that would be the easiest quarter-final, but they would play the 4th team in Group B, and we will see Group B for the first time on Saturday. All the Group A games are being played Monday to Friday this week.
Yeah, 5 brand new teams waiting to be discovered. 5 teams that have never played in the ECS before, but interestingly, from all of my research, Group B is stronger than Group A.
Well, this one's edge, and he's going to get away with this one too. He gets over the man. It's in the slip position. It's going to run away for another fortunate boundary. Aman, who's in that position. He just got enough. This will be a good angle here. just flew miles over Armand. And, well, lucks of fortune. Adel Khan gets away with another one. The score moves up into the 20s. Actually, interesting that you mentioned Group B from your research, stronger than Group A. Tell us a bit about the Group B teams and particular teams you've got your eye on, Michael.
Well, I'm going to keep some of my powder dry for when we get there. But what I'm hearing is that MSC Frankfurt's biggest challengers to this title are coming from Group B. More to be revealed.
A good outswing delivery. Slight false shot, but he will get it behind point for a single.
And not just that, but also the standard of consistency of teams across the group is a lot stronger. So there's more likely to be a bit more of a real battle where asking a lot of people who's maybe likely to finish bottom, you are, depending on who you ask, you get a different answer. Whereas in Group A, it's very clear that MSC, Gelsenkirchen and the Rising Stars are all perfectly decent cricket teams. MSC comfortably the strongest of the three, I'd suggest. And then the Bayer Erdingen Boosters and the Cologne Challengers are sort of in an unfortunate league of their own, where it looks like those two games between the Boosters and the Challengers on Friday morning are going to be a mini playoff to survive in the tournament.
Elimination games. Yeah, that makes it all the more exciting, though. All we have to do is stay alive. Anything can happen. This is T10 cricket, and we've seen already some upsets. How many times have we seen fourth teams beating first teams?
Well, if you just get to the quarters, you only need to win 3 games in a row to win the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly right. We've got second over, 22 for no loss now. And got Mezain Kamal bowling the third over. Struck out, but well fielded by Kamal off his own bowling.
Yeah, Adel Khan still not quite finding the touch that he showed on Monday in that destructive 63 not out, which remains the highest individual score of the competition. They've got quite an insurance policy padded up and ready to go, though. 15 yards away to our left-hand side. Shahid Afridi Jr., who blasted a 14-ball 50 earlier on today.
After this wide half volley, get into the gap, but again, it'll just be a single.
The only thing I would say about having Shahid Afridi Jr. at 3 here, it's your final pool game. You've already won 6 from 7. You're definitely going to finish in the top 2. Likely to win the game and top the group. Are they better giving another opportunity to bat to the likes of, say, particularly Dawud Mohammed, who is one of the very best 6-hitters in this tournament, yet has barely batted in the competition so far?
Oh, this one pretty high. With this one,
surely a no ball.
Yeah, well, I'll wait here.
Well, even with coming a long way down, that's clearly over waist height. He's taken And not only are these two together with a big score looming, but the man who they themselves name as their best six-hitter, Daoud Mohammed, who didn't bat earlier on today, is padded up and ready to go. So they really need a couple of wickets here, Gelsenkirchen, and the man to try and get them is Shahidullah Arman. Arman, who was excellent on Monday for them in particular, with his spin. He starts with a dot ball here, 1 for 11, 1 for 2, 2 for 9, and 1 for 18, his figures in their 4 games so far. Until this morning, where Shahid Afridi hit him for 18 off and over.
Wow, it's a quicker ball. Oh, he might have had him there. That was a good quicker ball because it just upset the timing. He's going to come back for a bit of a dodgy too. He's going to have to hustle. He's just made it home. And, oh, I'll tell you what, he's almost out twice on this ball. He says a quicker ball, just mistimed it. And then it's a bit of a very bold decision to come back for 2. I think he just made it by a step. You see, he does. Wow, there's aggressive and there's crazy. And that's what makes MSC so exciting, I think, is they don't necessarily know where that line is between aggressive and crazy.
Quicker ball, hit straight back at Arman.
It's actually pretty good bowling. And they know, they've seen enough times now, if they toss it up and challenge Afridi, he's just going to bang him. So they're just mixing it up and pushing a few through, making him make the pace. Oh, he does though. And this is the power again. This wasn't out of the middle of the bat, but it still goes all the way over the leg side. Maximo! 6 more to Shahid Afridi Jr. And he goes boom, and then boom. And that's 2 for the over.
Well, even his miss hits go for 6. Such is the power of the man. And he is powering towards what would be a 3rd 50 in this ECS already. And that's out of only 6 innings. This is a highly accomplished performer, and don't get overawed by the power. He's normally got plenty of timing too.
There it goes, but this time it's in the air. The keeper's after it. That's a long way for him to go, but he holds on to the catch. And well, this is good bowling. It's been a good over by Arman. Though he did get hit for 6. Swapna Hardy, it took control. It does what a captain should do. He leads from the front. He gets under that ball, and it's a quick one from Boom Boom. He goes for a quick fire 19, and the score now is 61 for 2.
Well, he wasn't a wicket-keeper here, Swapna Vahade. He was a short backward point by the time he got there, but it was good athletic wicket-keeping, took responsibility. Big celebration from Shahidullah Arman as well. They know what an important wicket that was, and a really nice moment from Arman. There was a fist pump of sheer delight, and then immediately turning to Afridi, and applause for him as he walked off. Gone for 19 off 8. Adil Khan's still there though. Here comes another hot stepper. A man who is very capable of hitting 6s of his own. Daoud Mohammed. We haven't seen much of him with the bat in this tournament so far. He did hit back-to-back 6s on Tuesday evening against the Aachen Rising Stars before going for 13 off 5. He hit 20 not out off 7 against the Boosters on Monday evening. And he's also the only left-hander in the MSC Frankfurt lineup, which also means he tends to get a few more loose deliveries from bowlers, struggling to adjust to his nature.
Full toss. Left-hander bangs this one. It's in the gap, but Cameron Khan will come round and handle it. They do keep it to a single. That ends the 6th over. It's 62 for 2 after 6. And well, for all the damage and excitement we've seen, the rate's only 10 and over. If they get 10s from here, they'll make it to just over 100. And I just think they're 1 or 2 wickets away from restricting this MSC Frankfurt team to under 100. And that's something that I think they will fancy chasing down, considering they got to 80 despite a pretty lousy start in the last game, Gelsenkirchen. But that wicket of Boom Boom changes everything, doesn't it, Michael?
Yes, it does to an extent. I'd say this pair of key, Adil Khan in, platform set. As you can see, it's Mezin Kamal and Shahidullah Arman who've slowed things up a bit. Avasti bowled well at the top to go for 18 off 2 in the power plays. Pretty good going. Now Sankaran's going to bowl out. I wonder, will they turn to a sixth option eventually, or will they persist with all of their front five? He's going to turn the ball away from the left-handed Dowd.
Miss out the full toss here. So, look at this one, the replay. And maybe a bit of an umpire's call. No call from the umpire on that one. And, well, St. Karen had a few adventures today, hasn't he? He doesn't mind tossing it up there. Adil Khan is the key now for me as well. Comes down, hits this one hard, but picks out the deep mid wicket. Should just be just a single, but also with Dowd Mohammed in there, we know how good he is at hitting sixes as well. And the left-hand, right-hand combination, just another complication for these bowlers for Vfb Gelsenkirchen.
Plenty of batting options in the pavilion, though. Plenty of batting options. They've already scored runs in this tournament. Kader Khan, Hamza Said Amir.
Nice bit of work on the boundary. They have been pretty solid. The first one was called wides, in fact. I think that was a good call. Now, just two singles after that. So, it's creeping up. Adil Khan, what are we going to see? Well, we see the reverse. Haven't seen it yet this innings, have we? At the moment, he's just struggling for any consistency. Good low full toss in the block hole. Only get one here. Been a good over from St. Karen so far.
Yes, he's a good restrictive spinner. He doesn't play very often because he'll only play himself if they haven't got 11 otherwise. He's a very reluctant player. He prefers to be the coach, the organiser, the guy behind the scenes.
Should be stumped. I think he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. And kept outside the off stump to Dowd Mohammed and gets the wicket. You see here, it's a good bit of keeping as well. Rahadi's been excellent behind the stumps. Yeah, and good decision as well by the umpire. Gets that one right. Again, it's good reward for getting your lines right. Didn't want to get too straight. Knows that Mohammed likes that leg side. And good tidy wicket keeping to remove a dangerous hit up Dowd Mohammed, who misses out with the bat. He goes for only two. Score now 67 for 3.
Yeah, what a moment for Vignesh Sankaran, the man who's taken this team from not existing 3 years ago to being an established side in German cricket and now competing on the ECS stage. Now the coach out there bowling for them too, and bowling very effectively. That is a big, big wicket to get. Kutub Shebekel out there now. Shebekel, top scorer for them in match 8. 18 off 11 against the Rising Stars. Apart from that, hasn't got into double figures in his other 4 innings in the tournament so far. And he does prefer pace in the ball generally, Shebekel.
Like for Hardy behind the stumps as well. His leadership with the bat. Also, take responsibility for that high ball. Get rid of Shahid Afridi Jr. Shebekel hits this one hard. Hits it straight down to Cameron Khan at long off. He's off the mark immediately.
So they've got 19 deliveries left. A lot on the shoulders of Adil Khan now. He's in, he's set. They need him to accelerate from here, take them past the 100 mark.
It goes hard. Well, it might be a chance. Oh, he almost held onto it. And, well, unfortunately, he's just palmed it over. Cameron Khan, he got there quickly. This ball was travelling, and so was he. In the end, he gets a hand to it. All he can do is pat it over for 6. Maximal. 6 runs to finish the 7th.
Yeah, 74 for 3 off 7 now. Adil Khan into the 40s. 41 off 23.
That ball was travelling, and so are we in the European Cricket Network, because we have got Frankfurt European Cricket Series coming up in Kiel after this one's finished in the north of Germany, starting on the 31st of May. Then we'll be in Malta for 2 weeks. So looking forward to getting back there. We did see some cricket there late in 2020 from Malta. And then for the first time, we'll be in England for a Frankfurt European Cricket Series. 3 weeks in England, starting the 28th of June. And well, that's Michael's home country. So Michael, probably walk to work, can't you, there in England? It's a pretty small country. And, well, looking forward to seeing 3 wonderful series over 3 weeks in England for the first time as ECS hits the UK for the first time. Exciting stuff. We hope you stay with us on the European Cricket Network. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Get to the 8th over. Kamal coming back. He gets this one through. Speckle might have got a little bit of pad there. Don't think this is out. And big appeal. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, you see just hitting the back leg. And they're up and about. But I think it's a very good decision from the umpire, which for the most part, the umpiring has been very good. You see they're just deflecting off the back pad. Nice take, though, by Vahadi. He's been on top of everything back there. Yeah, hits this one. Doesn't quite get it. It'll just be a single.
Yeah, just speaking of England, it's going to be a fascinating situation, that 3 weeks, 3 mini tournaments across 3 gorgeous locations in England. Oh, it's a big full toss and he's out. Well, that is bizarre. The booty shaking celebration from Mscf Kamal as well. And he can't believe it, Adil Khan. 41 off 24. He has to go.
A strikeout. He's just gone straight through. I said, well, I'm a bit happy with that. And well, he was happy with it. I think he's more relieved than anything else. Kamal, he says a bit of shake and bake action. It was one that you thought might disappear, but the only thing disappearing is Adil Khan. He goes for a very well made 41 off 24 balls. Well, bowling themselves back into the game here at Vfbg Gelsenkirchen. Score now is 75 for 4.
Yeah, it's a fantastic knock from Adil Khan. What a bizarre way for it to come to an end. He'd batted so brilliantly and then gets a high full toss that smacks into the top of middle.
It is. Oh, he's up and about. Watch the booty shakes. Get this in slow motion, can we? There we go. Zoom in on that. We'll have to put a warning on this now. Put a rating on 18 plus. Well, you know that Rico, he loves sexy cricket. Doesn't get much sexier than that. One for the ladies out there from Mscf Kamal. Right, continuing now. 2.5 overs left. It's edge. It could be out. It will be out. Oh, it's 2 and 2. And well, Vahadi has been on fire behind the stumps. This edge flew away off the bat of Adil Khan. And well, he knocked it up. It flew very quickly. And then he took it at the second attempt. Oh, outstanding bowling. Even better wicket keeping. Watch this. It was up. It was high. He had the reactions to knock it up. And he took it on the second attempt. And well, Gelsenkirchen now up and about. 2 wickets in 2 balls. Now 75 for 5. And Kamal is on a hat trick.
Well, the game really has changed now. The favourites, the defending champions, rocked. Adil Khan, who batted so well earlier on today and is 16 not out of 10. Gone for a golden quacker. Here comes Hamza Saeed Amir, not wanting an undesirable place in the history books here. Well, we've already seen Mscf Kamal's celebrations for his first 2. Think what he's going to do if he takes a hat-trick.
Tell you what, hope he keeps his clothes on. We might see cartwheels, we might see everything. You know, Hamza, he's a good batsman in his own right. Has opened the batting before. Batting at 7 in this game. And he's coming out into a fire pit. It's Mscf Kamal for Vfbg Gelsenkirchen. Here we go then. It's a hat-trick ball. Well, Hamza blocks it out. But still, just shows you how quickly the game's changed. And look, this is one thing, ever since we've been playing this 10-10 cricket, Michael, I just can't believe how quickly the game can change and how many momentum shifts you can get in such a short game of cricket.
Yeah, it's fascinating to speak to a lot of the teams who've played in the ECS. They go back to playing T20 and they're like, this feels like cricket in slow motion now, because they've got so used to across playing in an ECS how fast everything moves. The game just can't sit still for long.
Goes for this one. Doesn't get any of it. They'll get 1. They might think about 2. And it just stops. That's actually good running. And they come back for 2. But in that over, there were only 3 runs in total. There were 2 wickets off consecutive deliveries for Mscf Kamal. He's bowled his team back into the match. And after 8 overs, it's 77 for 5.
Yes, and MSC Frankfurt now look very likely to score below the 116 for 4 they posted earlier today. I just wonder whether we could see a repeat of what happened in the Rising Stars doubleheader. MSC win the first game relatively comfortably, but then find the second game a fair bit trickier.
Yeah, well, game on here. Don't worry about that. I think if there's something around that in the 90s, I think it'll make for a very interesting run chase. 117 was a bit much before, but remember they had Rachuru opening the batting, who just didn't look like he was in good enough touch to get them off to a good start. I don't know if they'll stick with him at the top of the order.
I think I'd be looking at opening with Fahade and Dali. You just send your two best players out.
Yeah, well, Arman, this one could be another wicket. It's in the air, it's been skied, long on under it, and he holds onto the catch. Afan Malik does the job at long on. Another wicket goes down. And well, this MSC collapsing at the moment. It's a 6-wicket down now, 77 for 6 after 8.1 overs.
Well, they're rapidly falling apart. They're in danger of getting bowled out now. They were 61 for 1 when Shahid Afridi then got out, and they have lost 5 wickets since then for the addition of just 16 runs. That is proper club cricket collapse. That
this is how they play though. This is MSC.
Yep.
If you can't love them at their worst, you can't love them at their best.
Yep.
So
if you can't love them when they've lost 5 for 16, and you can't love them when Shahid Afridi is hitting sixes all over the place and Adil Khan is reverse sweeping and reverse pulling fours.
It's all about taking the chances as well, and that's what Vfbg Gelsenkirchen have done in this innings. They've been presented with some slightly difficult chances that we've seen go down, but for the most part they've taken them. That's why they're in a good position now. Nafiz Bhutto is at the non-strikers, their new batsman, and get a chance to face now. I like the work of Shahidullah Rahman as well. Just adapted his bowling. You saw him having to bowl to Shahid Afridi earlier in this innings and kept going to wraps, just quicker balls, realising that Afridi wanted the ball tossed up because it's just so powerful. If you can time it up, then he sends him out of the ground, but he just upset him with variations in pace. Swing and miss and a phase of his first ball. He's a pretty good batsman in his own right, coming out number 8, but it's another one that we've seen bat in the top order do very well. So they do have a long batting order, that's what you would say. So these aren't your regular tail enders coming out in this situation. What do you think, guys? Can we have another reversal, much like the little mini-series that MSC Frankfurt had with Aachen Rising Stars the other day?
Yeah, both of these batters have already played knocks of significance in the tournament where they've gone into the 20s.
This is hit hard, and it's hit flat, and it's hit Maximo. Wow, it's a good steadying blow. And we know Nafis loves to whack it, and that's what he does right here. Bang, this ball's going to come back with a flat side. 6 runs.
Yeah, he got 32 not out off 11 yesterday. The player of the match performance against the Cologne Challengers, so he's a very good hitter, Nafis. And that is the benefit of MSC's depth. Can keep going hard.
Quicker ball, gets through him. And yeah, that's what he does well, Arman. He's just got a slippery, quicker one. You see here, getting some good bounce out of the pitch as well. Just kind of caught Nafis in no man's land there. Last ball of the over then, 84 on the board. He's a bit short, and this one's been whacked. And this is a powerful strike by Bhutto, and he finishes with another Maximo. And after 9 overs, it's 90 for 6.
Yeah, just gave them the boost they needed. They keep going hard because they back that eventually somebody will be able to get going, get them the hitting they need. And now a big last over will get them past that big psychological boost of the 100 mark. Just coming back to that schedule, I was thinking about this last night. That ECS in England, those 3 weeks at the start of July, is going to be fascinating because it's English cricket has such a rich history. We all know about Lords, the MCC, founders of the game. You know, men's and women's teams both have won the T20, 50 over World Cups, etc., etc., etc. I'm not. That's not trying to rile up any Kiwi. So it's just mentioned in passing.
Continue.
But this is going to be something that English cricket's never seen before. there's a lot of televised club cricket where, and I say televised, clubs have streamed their game. There's no commentary, there's no graphics. It's tends to be a one-camera setup. The clubs put a live streaming operation out via that one camera. But in terms of having the highest level of club cricket put on a pedestal and shown, the chance for these players to become stars, the chance for some of them, who knows if they perform well, to actually put their hands up for ECC selection, because we're going to be watching the same players who are in that pool of the top amateur players to get in that ECC England representative side.
Exactly right. That's going to be unprecedented. Very, very exciting. Here's Afan Malik ball, the 10th over, swing and a miss. Yeah, no, just go back to what you're saying, Michael. I think it is going to be something. And ECS, it's not like any other cricket. It's not.
Well, this is the other thing.
It's from another universe. So it's not in the structure.
I've been sort of speaking to a few people. There's very little to no T10 cricket that's happened in England. You get, if it's rain midweek, might reduce a game. But this is going to be a completely new experience for some very good amateur cricketers. It's going to be a fascinating 3 weeks.
Strike 2. It's a good little comeback. Hamza's probably going to be out here. It's very close. Yeah, this one, he's got back. It's very quick. Have a look here. Yeah, he's definitely good.
Well, that looked out based on that first replay.
He's gone.
Was his bat in the air?
Yeah, let's slow it down here.
Ooh.
Back at 2 frames. Come on, you got this.
Ooh.
See this one?
I think he's out. I think his bat's just short of the line. It's very close.
Yeah, I think it's probably just out. Again, it's a marginal one. To be honest, if you...
And remember, the umpire gets one look, no slow motion.
If you're Gelsenkirchen, you probably say, no worries, Hamza, you stay there. You're not hitting the ball anyway. It's not going to cost him a run. So it's probably not hurting him. Next one, belted down for ground. So a situation where early in the match you'd be distraught if that not being given out, because you may be going to move it in a Adil Khan or a Shahid Afridi Jr. or something. But at this stage, really, just goes down as a dot ball. Probably would rather have Hamza on strike, who hasn't really gotten going in this innings. Now he's 4 off 6. Been a good over so far. Wow, the fees goes large. And well, this one's not coming back. Maximal 6 runs. And we can see why Hamza was pretty keen to get the fees on strike. This one was launched out of the Bayer Uerdingen cricket ground.
Yeah, that is. Heard the shout from the batting tent. A big old Spagiza.
That was a proper Spagiza, wasn't it? I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of power in that little frame.
Just coming back to that, Chris Jennison says that's rubbish. There is commentary on the streamed county matches. Well, yes, there is, Chris. That wasn't what I was referring to. I'm referring to club cricket.
I'll take that, Michael. This one's gone 6 more. Has it? It's gone all the way. Yeah, you know it. He's rolled the dice. It's come up double sixes. Maximal. Back to back. That takes them past 100. They move up to 103 with the ball remaining.
Yeah, this is a great recovery from MSC Frankfurt, powered by the sixes of Nafis Batar. He has 24 off 6. He's hit 4 sixes from his 5 balls face. So obviously you have county cricket. That's professional cricket. And that is covered brilliantly by the BBC and plenty of other organisations. But the ECS is a different beast.
Last ball of the innings. All right. Miss hits this one. Now I love Nafis loves running. Go on, Nafis. He's saying, no, it's enough. I've just had one's enough for me. And, well, we're going to finish things here at 104 for 6 to 10 overs. And we'll see. In the end, they're within touching distance of the score they made in their first game this morning. They're just falling about a dozen short. 104 off their 10 overs. And, well, tell you what, Michael, we saw plenty of thrills and spills, as always, in match 14 of the Fancode European Cricket Series.
Well, this was an innings that had a bit of everything, really. MSC Frankfurt falling 12 short of what they scored earlier on today. Finished on 104 for 6. As we see very best bits from it. Adel Khan was the star of the show, 41 off 24 for him. He got a life here on 19, and he went on to really capitalise on that missed chance. And they really fell apart once Adel Khan got out, falling from 61 for 1 to 77 for 6. But they came back well, didn't they?
Well, that's the thing about this lineup. They have so many hitters, and they can pretty much shuffle their order in the top 8 because they can all clear the boundary. And you saw that gave them the confidence, despite this good comeback from Vfbg Gelsenkirchen. But, well, boom, boom, when he's going. Don't the crowd love it as well? So he just loves to time those flighted deliveries up. It was clever by Vfbg as well, who did just frustrate him into an error, and this was it. And Verhardy behind the stumps, he is a real leader of his team. Not taking a backward step at all, despite the carnage. He was pretty happy about that. And well, Sankaran liked his work. And this one gets the stumping. And Dawd Mohammed, he's a dangerous hitter, but they starved him of those straight deliveries, those leg side deliveries. And Adel Khan, well, we know how powerful he can be. And this one blasted off the fingertips of Cameron Khan. And eventually, it was over and out for Adel Khan. And just, well, there's a bit of boom, shaky, shaky from the bowler, Kamal. And then very next ball, another great bit of wicket keeping, knocking it up and taking it on the second occasion for Hardy. Well, he'll have a job to do with the bat in the second half of this game. And well, Shebekel, he loves to hit sixes as well, but it was a good catch that got rid of him. After Malik doing the job, and the collapse was on. But then, enter Nafiz Buttar. And he is so powerful. Tell you what, he's built for power, not speed, but he was well suited to the situation. And this one, touch and go. Hamza surviving a very tight run-out appeal. Didn't make too much difference in the end. And well, one more for luck from Nafiz. And, wow, he's hit the ball so well. Double sixes in the last over. Drags them over the 100 mark to a score of 104 for 6 off their 10 overs. And well, when you've got such depth in your lineup, and you do have the ability to keep attacking, it's exactly what they did Mscf Frankfurt. So they've got the runs on the board, but well, Vfbg Gelsenkirchen, if they get their batting order right, they get off to a good start. Every chance of chasing these down. Let's have a look at the scorecard. Adel Khan top scoring with 41 of 24 balls. And 119 for Boom Boom. Apart from that, all single digits. Nafiz Buttar, well, he got his team back into the game. Dragged him over the 100 mark with a quick fire 25 of only 7 balls. And well, of those 25 runs, I can tell you 24 came in maximals as he hit 4 balls out of the Bayard-Uerdingen cricket ground. Well, Verhardy was excellent behind the stumps with 2 catches and a stumping. Did not concede any byes in the innings as well. So it's always great when we see wicket keepers performing. That's one aspect I've seen improving, as well as the fielding. Over the year or so we've been doing these ECS matches, and we're past 1,000 matches on the European Cricket Network, believe it or not. And well, with the bowling, Kamal, probably best of the bowlers for me. 2 for 9 of his 2 overs. Also 2 wickets apiece for Sankaran and Arman, although they were more expensive. And well, 104. I think it's probably 10 or 20 over par, but if Gelsenkirchen bat well, they are every chance of chasing him down and getting some revenge after their loss in match 13. So please join us in just a few minutes for the chase. It won't be too long before the second half of this game will be underway. In match 14, Gelsenkirchen chasing 105 for victory. See you back here in a few minutes on ECN. But for now, this is Mr. Maximo Vinny Sandu along with Michael McCann. See you shortly for more cricket, and you're watching the Fan Code European Cricket Series. Hello and welcome back to Krefeld in Western Germany. And well, you see there's a hive of activity. The sun's out now. We're ready for some more cricket action. Our first series in Germany this year, although we did play quite a few series last year in Germany, and some excellent cricket going on as well. Influx of cricket lovers from all around the world to this country over the last few years. And there is a thriving competition. You see the Bayer Oettinger cricket ground. This ground was installed, and the pitch was installed about 7 months ago, but this is the first time we've been able to play some competitive cricket on it. And aren't the players loving it? I hope you're loving it wherever you're watching around the world. And, well, getting ready for action here in match 14. The second half about to commence, and we saw 104 runs in the first half of this game. Mscf Frankfurt putting 104 on the board, so Vfbg Gelsenkirchen will require 105 for victory. I think they'll give it a real shake. And the opening partnership, we're going to have the captain out there, and no surprises there. That we'll see Swapnil Varhade out there in the middle. And we saw him opening with Rachuri before in the first game of the day, but he won't be out there. Instead, it'll be Arfan Malik at the top of the order. Obviously going for a bit of a big hitting option. And someone to complement the captain who can do it all, really. He can be defensive, but he can also hit the big shots. One thing he can't do is get the grip on his bat, so he's getting a bit of assistance from Shahid Afridi Jr. at the moment. It's we're about to get going here. So 105 the target, so it's about 10 and over you need to be tracking at to stay in the game. Something we'll keep an eye on as the innings progresses. Just want to say hello to all of you if you're watching on YouTube today, ECN European Cricket Network. If you don't already, why don't you subscribe to our channel? We're heading very quickly towards 200,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network. We might be watching on Fancode in India, but regardless, we hope you're enjoying today's play. And we have lots of people contributing to the chat on our live chat, ECN European Cricket Network, and it's always wonderful to get your thoughts. Any questions or comments you might have, please send them through. We love them. And it keeps our day interesting as well. And well, Michael McCann's chipped in with a little bit of comment there. We're talking about the English series. We'll come to that in a second as Shahid Afridi Jr. starts off this innings with a dot. Yeah, I think it's just clarifying what Mike was saying. And I think it will be a unique experience, the Fancode European Cricket Series being in England for the first time. And to understand that, you'd probably have to understand that the Fancode European Cricket Series is a unique experience no matter where it is in the world, not just England. And certainly looking forward to seeing cricket there for the first time on ECN. This one touch and go, but I think you'll get away with it. Michael, as we welcome you back into the commentary box, Michael McCann, I bet you can't wait to have some ECS in your home country of England.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic tournament. I think where the confusion came about was maybe a misunderstanding that was any kind of reference to the coverage of county cricket in England. Now, that's a different beast entirely. That's professional cricket. What we're talking about here is that club cricket in England is going to be put on a bigger stage than it's ever been before.
This one's cut away nicely. Yeah, it's a good shot from Arfan Malik. They'll need him to get going, I think, if they're going to get in touch with this target. It's a gamble, put him at the top of the order, but it pays off here. And he knows Freddie likes to drop a little bit short. Wasn't that short, but still gets the hands through it. And that's the exact kind of delivery which was getting through Rachuri this morning. But this time, Arfan Malik gets away with a boundary.
Yeah, he's just bowling with this ring. He's got third man out. He's got to be a bit careful, Shahid Afridi, because he's in danger of sometimes getting a bit too predictable. He's always bowling short outside off.
Like that. This time will be a wide. Yeah, I'd love to get you wound up as well, Michael. Tell you what, Chris has got you there. He's rattled. Thanks, Chris Jennison. You did what I was trying to do all morning. It's so hard to wind you up because you're getting better at handling me, needling you, Michael. And Chris has got one through you there.
Well, no.
Club cricket, Chris.
Well, no. You don't want to make sure it's somehow been misunderstood as anything to do with the county. So you've done a brilliant job at streaming first-class cricket in England.
Full up. Good from Afridi, but it's driven down. And tell you what, one boundary does heaps for your confidence. You see Arfan Malik hitting that one confidently down the ground, despite the change in length. It's been a good start from that batsman. It'll give us a chance to see Swapnil Varhade for the first time. He had a great game with the gloves in the first half with 2 catches and a stumping.
But even that again, so that tends to be, counties have been streaming their own output this year with either BBC County Cricket commentary or their own commentary from what the ECS T10 will be. Not saying that in a better or worse way, just very different vibes.
It's got its own vibe, doesn't it? Love it. Here's Boom Boom. This one's worked away. And just be a single here. So, well, yeah, 10 and over required. 1 boundary and over helps you. If you have an over where you don't get boundaries, you probably find yourself falling behind the rate. So far, it's been a pretty good first over when you consider Freedy only conceded 6 in his 2 overs in total in the first match today.
Yeah, he bowled brilliantly earlier on today. Conceded just 6 from his 2 overs in the earlier game.
One will be a wide. A couple have been touch and go, but this one will be another one to the total. Yeah, you know, there'll be some clubs with decent streams, but I suppose the way that the cricket's presented on ECN, if you've been watching this for a while, it is pretty unique. And even the format, the format is fast paced. It's all action, isn't it? And you never quite know what you're going to see. And even if the standard is perhaps a little bit higher across the board in England, I think we're still going to see some of those crazy moments and situations. Edged and dropped. Oh, Habib, this one gets through him. He's just beaten for pace. Firstly, the batsman was beaten for pace. You see this one takes a bit of an edge, and this one just didn't get up there in time. He had to climb the ladder. And so a let-off for Arfin Malik. And in the end, they take 9 off the first over. It's 9 for no loss.
Yeah, you speak of those dramatic moments. You're always going to get those dramatic, unusual moments, no matter the relative comparative standard of the cricket of whatever country you might be in for the ECS, because that's pressure and that's T10 and it moves so fast and it's so quick the game can't stand still for long. So, yeah, no doubt you're going to get plenty of drama, excitement there. Certainly for me, that's the beauty of cricket, the fact that you can have all these different formats within one sport. There's not many sports where you can have so much variety within a sport.
Well, new over starts. This one's in the air, but it's going to get over the infield. No one back at third man. It won't run all the way to the boundary. They'll go back for 2.
You know, you think of, you've got T10, T20, 50 over, test matches, declaration games, timed games. You know, I'm happy to see what people got to say in the comments, but I can't think of another sport where there's such big differences whilst playing inherently the same game. A bat, a ball, stumps, the rest of it.
Yeah. This one's in the air. It's hit straight in the field. He takes it one-handed. Wow, this is Sikandar Khan. And well, I thought for a second he was about to launch himself, but in the end it wasn't as high as he thought. And he just says, well, I'll show you how to do it. The old Statue of Liberty play. Up went the right hand, and the ball stuck to it.
It's just apple picking. He's put his right hand up in the orchard, said, yep, I have one nice apple. Of course, no red apples around here in the ECN, though. That is nice juicy white one.
Oh, how about that?
Don't normally see those on the trees.
How about that for luck? But I'll say luck. It was all skill, I guess. And well, he was dropped, wasn't he? In the last ball, the first over, Arfin Malik, but his luck ran out. The sticky hands of Sikandar Khan and his innings. Oh, interestingly, they've decided to send out Pachuru. He did struggle to get going in the first game. He's coming out number 3. They give him another opportunity at the top of the order.
Well, I understand why. He was the second highest scorer in white ball cricket last season, behind only Swapnil Vahade. So I think they've just put faith in the fact that he is going to come good. 8 months of lockdown, not able to train. Suddenly you're playing on a big stage. It's not easy.
Where's this one go? Calls a wide. Yeah, look, and to be honest, say you do drop him out of the top 6 after 1 innings. That's a borderline one. But it doesn't send a great message to a player coming back. Doesn't really show him too much confidence, does it? For someone that's performed over a number of years in white ball cricket. But yeah, so I can understand that. But one thing's for sure, he needs to at least find a way to get off strike and work his way into his innings, because you just don't want him chewing up dots, which was his problem in the first game they played today.
I agree. The one thing I would say is I might have been tempted to put Shalom Dali in ahead of him, because Shalom Dali hit 20 off 11 this morning and looked very fluent.
Yeah.
And you haven't got a lot of time here. If Rachuri doesn't get going again, that could be the difference here.
So gets past him. He's still just out of form, isn't he? Rachuri.
Interesting PC Durham saying golf has lots of formats. Yeah, it does. Match play, stroke play. I always think of one of, if not my favourite golf tournament to watch, which is the Ryder Cup, where you've got the 4 balls and the foursomes and the team aspect to golf, and I know that's why so many of the players love playing in that particular competition. The Americans and the Europeans battling it off. One thing that I did find very funny in the most recent tournament is that I know from friends who are covering it in the media, obviously, of course, the European team had no shortage of English golfers in there. There was a full ban on any questions about a certain B word.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that word either. Here we go. We'll see at the moment, isn't he? We'll get a wide here. And Shebekel, he always has a smile on his face. Sometimes it's a bit of an ironic smile. Let's have a look at this one. I mean, yeah, touch and go. I mean, it looks wider than it is by the time it hits the keeper because of the movement he gets, but I guess that one was an umpire's call one. You'll get swings and roundabouts. You get some that go one way, some that go the other way. This one probably will be a wide, though. No doubt about this one.
Yeah, that's another one. That's another one from Shebekel, who went for 32 off his 2 overs this morning. He's been better in this over, but he just can't tick that final ball off.
I think he does do. He bowls that off stump line well, doesn't he? And they've got the 6-3 field, and he's bowling towards it. Occasionally just wants to overdo it outside off stump. See, this is the kind of delivery that Churi's not quite sure where he's trying to hit this one. And it will take us to the end of the second over. So a very good one from Shebekel. Only goes for 5 in total. The score after 2 overs is 14 for 1.
Yes, and just in the unlikely event you've been living under a rock for a few years, and you might think that when we say the B word, it's maybe referring to something totally offensive. It is Brexit, not anything else. But yes.
Don't use that word, please.
Well,
a British passport. How hard is it to get a British passport? I do get one. I'm half Scottish, but well, that's good for these days.
But
I won't say it on air. Still.
But yeah, the European golfers, of course, quite eager to avoid too many questions on that.
Here's Boom Boom coming back for the 3rd over. Beats him for pace. He's upset with himself there, Vahadi, but yeah, it was a good bit of bowling. There is a bit in this track for the pacement when they dig it in. They get it right. Say hello to Andy Woods, who's watching from Mauritius. Oh, I bet Mauritius is pretty nice. And he says, good afternoon from a very windy and showery Mauritius. Is that right? It's one place I haven't been, Mauritius, but I'd love to do an ECS in Mauritius. I don't think we should be limited to where we do these. That's my opinion. Works away, and well, if he picked up and threw quickly, might have been a chance, but he does get away for a single. Yeah, I'd like to see European Cricket Series eventually, a bit like Eurovision.
Well, you know what? You spotted where I'm going. We were just talking about golf. So, you have the European Tour.
Yeah.
It's the European Tour. And yet, I don't know, for those that don't know, for those that are unfamiliar, the European Tour golf, it goes everywhere. It goes miles outside.
Yeah, that's my vision. It's not just because I want to get the frequent fly miles up. It's just short. It goes upstairs. It's going to be wide. I think this was over the head. And we'll have a look at this one. It's a good call from the umpire. Yeah, excellent call. Getting that one right. Yeah, I'd like to see ECS Las Vegas.
Yep.
ECS New
York. European Cricket Network coming to you live from Cairo.
ECS MCG, Melbourne. What do you think about that? Why not?
Yeah.
It's just so iconic now, the ECS. It's its own thing. ECN Cricket. Here's Shahid Afridi. Pushes this one wide. And, well, this one. And he's lucky to get away with this one because this one's hit the outside of the line. Let's have a look at this one on the replay. I think the issue here is, look, Afridi's gone right in between the umpire, and that's why this is why.
Yeah, it's an unusual one.
Yeah, and the umpire's just asking for some clarification because look, he's got no chance of seeing this ball. You see the umpire moving, and this is why it's important that the bowler gets out of the way. He's gone away with that one. Shahid Afridi. Probably just needs to mention to Shahid Afridi to get off the pitch once he gets rid of it.
Yes, of course it is an artificial surface, but if you're running in the umpire's line of vision, regardless, that's still a problem. And it can also deny you a wicket if you get in plumb LBW, but the umpire can't see it. Now, one interesting thing on this note, the current ICC laws and regulations actually make no difference in regards to danger area, whether the pitch is artificial or not. But
yeah, pretty common sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, again, goes upstairs.
But common sense would suggest no problem with batters running up and down the pitch.
Already had one above the shoulder. How's this one? Yeah, see, that one's too high. That should have been no ball. Again, it's not an easy one to call from side on, but we already had a wide for above the head. So
the only thing I would say is crouch down a bit there, Achuru.
It's not that much. It's still upstairs. This one is fuller, though. And it's Carter's hunting it. I would say, though, it is one of the hardest ones to call in real time, even from square leg, the height, because of how quick the ball's moving. Anyway, we'll get to the end of the third over. Score now, the 17 for 1 after 3.
Yeah, and the relative gamble of sending Achuru up, it's not worked there. He's chewed up 8 balls in the power play. He's scored 1 run. Great set from Shahid Afridi. None for 12 to go with none for 6 this morning. That means that it's 3 pretty small silver marks on the Manhattan so far. Had the fielding restrictions. They've kind of wasted them. And I did advocate, I'm not just saying it after the event, that Shalom Dali, who's a very good hitter for them, should have come out at number 3 ahead of Achuru. It's looking like a costly move now. Now Achuru's going to face one of the very best death bowlers in the tournament. He's coming on a bit earlier than he sometimes does. Daud Mohammed, he didn't bowl earlier on today. This guy is fascinating to watch. Left arm, zippy, side arm, jumping all over the place.
Here's a jumper. Hello to Steve McVeigh, who's joined us. Nice to see you, Steve. Hope you're having a good day. This one's not even close, but handily. It'll just be a single, and it'll get Achuru off strike. This one was missing another set.
Sorry, I can't. You just can't help but laugh. That is.
Never know your luck, though.
Well, if you don't ask, you don't get, I guess. But I'm not even sure that is hitting the second set.
No, I was missing another set for sure. 4.5 stumps away. Here's the next one. Daud Mohammed. Whipped away, but misfielded by Wasil Nuri. Square leg. And then come back for 2. Well, this is really good running from Bahade. And he is definitely one of the keys to them getting back on track in this run chase. But already the rate's climbed over 2 a ball. And at the moment it just keeps rising.
Look, you don't want to sound like you're honing in on a point, but you just can't get past Achuru. He's on 1 off 9. It's really not what they needed.
Daud Mohammed. Bit of an inside edge on this one. Down a fine leg. And they should get 2. Again, a good throw might have him in trouble. Well, it's a very close one.
Yeah, this is incredibly tight.
Oh, I tell you what, my instinct was...
My instinct was out.
Yeah, that's mine as well. But again, we'll have a look on the replay. Again, it's not 100% out the way. Let's have a look. And this one, actually, it's a really good decision. I think he's probably just made it.
That's super umpiring.
Yeah, excellent decision. The umpires have been very good for the most part, for sure. Remember, they don't get the benefit of all these replays. They only get one look at it. So it's also really good running from Bahade. He's living on a knife's edge at the moment. He knows how important it is that he stays on strike.
Yeah, Bahade 38 off 21 earlier today against this same attack, but he didn't have to face Daud Mohammed. He's going to face him for the first time.
Good delivery. This gets through the keeper, though. It's a bit too much movement for Habib. Had to go low to his left and get through for a bye.
Interesting from Keanu Nolan. In rugby union, there's the British and Irish Lions. I wouldn't mind seeing a British and Irish Lions touring cricket team. It's a nice idea. I think the reality is the way the world is now is that it's not going to happen. And Steve McVeigh says cricket in the Olympics will be interesting if it can happen. And the T10 format certainly seems like it could enable that to be more logistically possible.
That's true. It'd be exciting, wouldn't it? There's Dad Mohammed again. Pachuru gets a bit of this one. Not going to get more than a single here.
Bit of news for you as well from toss for the next game. It's a pair of games effectively coming up. Pits the Cologne Challengers with no wins from 4 against the Aachen Rising Stars, who have 3 wins from 4. It's the struggling Challengers who've won the toss.
Well,
decided they're going to have a bowl.
Yeah, interesting decision. I've seen chasing teams doing particularly well today, have we? Anyway, that will take us to the end of the 4th over. The score at the end of 4 is 24-1. And well, I'll let you know where we are in this tournament. We have 48 matches in total coming to you over 2 weeks. And we're in the middle of the Group A action at the moment. 5 teams in each group. And because Group A has been 13.5 matches in, and after match 20, the bottom team will be eliminated in Group A, and the other top 4 will qualify for quarterfinals Friday. And we'll do the same thing with Group B. They will play Saturday, as well as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in week 2. And we'll get to see 5 new teams, matches 21 to 40. The same deal, top 4 go through to the quarterfinals. Bottom team will be eliminated after match 40. And we have quarterfinals Friday. Hopefully a bit more cricket than the last QFF in Czech Republic, which got washed out. But there'll be elimination games, 4 of them in those quarterfinals on next Friday. And then, of course, we'll have finals day. We'll see who will be crowned the champions of the Frankfurt European Cricket Series, Krefeld. So, interesting stuff. And tomorrow we're going to see some more interesting cricket in Group A. Kata Khan starts with a wide. Yeah, because at the moment, 2 teams at the bottom of Group A. They play each other tomorrow, don't they? And that could well determine who does get eliminated from the tournament.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. That is going to be the big eliminator battle between the Bayer Erdingen Boosters and the Cologne Challengers. The Challengers winless from 4 so far. The Boosters with 1 win from 6.
Edged, and he doesn't hold on. Well, has he? No, I think he's just put this one down. Have a look at this. He just had to react and then just got very close. You can't see from this angle. Not sure if he'll pick it up, but
he nearly scooped it up.
Yeah, look at this. This one might show it. See, and then yes.
Oh, so
yeah, he's
nearly
gone. No, I think he has. He has taken it.
Yeah, I thought he had.
Yeah, he has. He holds it up.
We thought he dropped it for a second.
Yeah, and so actually it's a really good catch by Habib. You see, that one does show. He always has his hand under the ball and he grasps it to his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good enough for me. And he's very honest as well, Habib. If he hadn't caught that, he would have been the first to admit that he didn't. But in the end, it is a catch behind. And the wicket goes. It's an unhappy end to another unhappy innings for Finish Rachuru. He goes for only 3. The score now is 25-2.
Yeah, that's a key breakthrough. But some of you might remember what I said in Austria, a story about a cap. It's almost one. Did you want Rachuru out there?
Oh, it's good to get a catch behind the stumps, though.
No, I mean,
it's a good highlight. A bit of an appeal here. No one heard an edge on this one.
I mean, look, in that moment, he nearly gets 2 and 2 there. In that moment, you can't think about something like that. You're just instinctively trying to catch it. But he scored 8 off 15 in their first meeting. There he scored 3 off 11.
He goes big here, but has he picked out a fielder? The fielder comes back and he takes the catch. And well, unfortunately, it's going to be another short stay at the crease. And Dali goes for a duck. And he does like the big shot, but he didn't quite get this one. And it was Hamza Said Amir that went back to take the catch. And well, that's what happens when you live dangerously. And now it's 25-3.
But this is the problem as well. Rachuru's 3 off 11 meant that as soon as Dali came to the wicket, the pressure was already thoroughly on him. The required run rate, more than 2 a ball. He had to go for it pretty much immediately. So he's gone for a 2-ball duck. That is their best 6-hitter out now. And Swapnil Vahade, their best batter, and probably second best 6-hitter behind Shalom Dali, has all the more responsibility left on his shoulders. They've crossed, so he's on strike. Shahidullah Aman at the non-strikers.
Yeah, so Kata Khan getting amongst the wickets, and you know how effective he's been at removing batsmen at this tournament so far in Krefeld.
Yep, top wicket taker of the tournament. 9 so far now.
You want to make that 10, you'd think, before the end of this game. Still in his first over. So it's just worked away for a single. Well, you wonder now what the chances are of endangering this target. They've just chewed up way too many dot balls. And look, I can see what they're trying to do with Rachuri, trying to get him going, but it just hasn't worked, has it? And in a hole that you can't see them digging their way out of at the moment. Gelsenkirchen.
Yeah, a bit cruel from Shahar Tanvir saying, again, Rachuru, what a test player, I like you.
Bit harsh. Tell you what, all been out of form at some point.
Yeah,
it's not even out of form. He's just short of cricket.
Yeah, and look, he was their second highest scorer in white ball cricket last season, behind only Vahade. So there's no doubt of his capability. But when you've not picked up a bat for almost a year, and you can't because of lockdown restrictions, and suddenly you're meant to be the key man in a T10 tournament, that's not easy.
This one's up in the block hole, driven away nicely. He finds a gap. They should come back for 2 here. They will. It's a nice shot by Jahidul Arman. It'll finish the over. It's 28 for 3 after 5.
The only thing I would say is I thought once he'd struggled in that first game, putting him out again in front of the informed Dali seemed like a bit of an odd move. So by the time Dali came to the wicket, a relatively modest required run rate had become power play wasted, much more difficult scenario. And so as you can see there, Rachuri with 3 off 11, Dali with a 2-ball duck, and now Vahade has so much pressure on his shoulders. This middle order for Gelsenkirchen hasn't really fired yet in the tournament, and they're going to have to do something pretty extraordinary from here.
Yeah, to say the least. 15.4, that required run rate. It's going to take some doing, and Adil Khan's going to come into the attack. Oh, he's a very entertaining player, isn't he? And MSC Frankfurt, this is their final group match now. In this match, they'll get a week off before they return for quarterfinals Friday. Next Friday, so 8 days' time. Well, this one's in the air. How much of this has he got? It's got enough to get over Wasim Khan, who's at short fine leg. And long chase. Well, unfortunately for Gelsenkirchen, Vahade can't get back for 2, so it's just a single.
Yeah, you mentioned the week off. I'm not sure it's a good thing, actually.
This one's going away from the fees. Can you just show you his match fitness at the moment? They might run 7 here if they don't get... No, it's all right. Someone's come to help him out. Cut it.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. We've all been there in club cricket where you just cannot be bothered with fielding. I mean,
how many did they run there? 6?
You could turn that into a meme. Nafis, he's a guy that loves hitting the ball hard. He loves spinning the ball hard when he's got his left arm off. He's going, but he just hates fielding, and he makes no attempt to hide
hates running, doesn't he? Hates running. He's betting on his fielding. This one's cracked. It's into a gap. Again, they should get 2 here. It's a nice shot by Arman. Again, just dropping off the pace.
Yeah, he just sort of stood there, hands on hips, and turned round and was very relieved when deep backward point said, yep, I'll come round and do the job.
Someone's worked away, just a single.
Yeah, single's not enough here now, though. Rate's getting towards 3 a ball.
I mean, the way to beat MSC Frankfurt is you need to hope they fall over with the bat and you can chase them down. That seems to be the way at the moment, because they are just really good at defending these scores. This one's driven away through point. There's protection back there. Shane Free Jr. will do the fielding.
Yeah, and we're into game 14 in this tournament. We still haven't had a match that's even got to the 9th over, never mind the 10th, with it in the balance. So we're surely due one soon.
I think we'll get a few. This is in the air. Look who's after it. No, he's off now. Go on, Nafis. Go on.
It's going to stop short.
Tell you what, you need a drink on the way back. And they will walk too.
He bowls it in as well. That's always another sign of a fielder who's much more interested in
into the 6th.
In bowling.
37 for 3 after 6 overs. It's a pretty tight over. In fact, all of the overs so far have been in single digits. When you think they need 10.5 at the start of the innings, the overs so far have been 9, 5, 3, 7, 4, 9. So, yeah, apart from, when you look back at the MSC Frankfurt innings, they had 6 of their 10 overs in double digits. And you can see there, they're just going a bit quicker. And Carter Khan's going to come back to bowl the 7th over. He's been such a good performer. He has 9 wickets in the tournament, leading wicket taker. I'm sure he'd like to add 1 or 2 more this over to his total.
Do you know what I think is going to prove the decisive moments in this match?
Oh, that's a pretty good shot, but he's picked out the field up and he puts it down. Oh, Shahid Afridi Jr. I tell you what, man, getting a bit of stick from his teammates. He's the all-round cricketer, but this one just owns him. Gets hit hard, and he really wanted to be anywhere else, didn't he, Shahid Jr.? I thought he's still going to hide down here. In the end, down it goes. Boom, boom. Bust, bust. It's Qatar Khan. Swing and a miss.
To me, the moment this match swung not decisively in that moment, but swung back towards MSC, was they collapsed from 61 for 1 to 77 for 6, and Nafis Batar Ahmed came out and whacked 4 big sixes.
Yeah, that was a big moment.
Had the collapse continued, they finished on about 90 odd. Gelsenkirchen would have been going in feeling very, very confident. And just that extra 15 runs, it got them past the 100 mark, swung things back their way. They've never looked back since.
Slow ball, skies it. Who's going to get this? On your bike, Habib. He's not going to get there in time. I'll just get a single. Nice back of the hand slow ball there from Qatar Khan. He does execute this one really well. It's hard to get that one accurately. Andreas in the chat saying every game gives experience, and that's true. I'm sure every single game gives experience. It's good advice because we've seen a lot of these teams haven't played a lot of T10 cricket, and they'll be better for the experience. I'm sure that those that don't progress are keen to do better next time in the ECS. This one's pace on, driven away nicely off the back foot through the covers. That's a really good shot. It's going to go to the boundary, and well, they had no one back at deep cover. Shahid Afridi's at deep backward point, but he was nowhere near this, and they get 4. So nice little something for Gelsenkirchen.
Yeah, Vahadi, their top run scorer in this tournament, he's had very little strike in this innings. He's been out there the entire innings, and of the 48 balls bowled, he's only faced 12 of them.
So we're going to miss here. Yeah, exactly right. And so he's been starved of the strike. And often look, right, at this point he should have faced 21 balls on average, and right, he's
21.
Yeah, well,
24.
No,
he'd have faced half the.
7 overs down now. So if
Sorry.
you face, it's all right, Michael.
You're
Get
right.
your calculator. That's fine. Don't interrupt me again. Here's match 15 coming up, and just joking, Michael. We're very good friends. There we go for now. Aachen Rising Stars are going to be here to take on the Colin Challengers, and this game is coming your way in approximately half an hour's time. The news from the toss is that Challengers won the toss and elected to bowl first. So we'll see Aachen Rising Stars and Varun Reddy and Kataria. They're an exciting opening combination. They'll be on the rack first up.
Yeah, Kataria hit a brilliant 50 yesterday with a few clever reverse shots of all kinds. Reverse sweeps, reverse pulls.
Yeah, interviewed him last night as well, didn't we?
Yeah, very nice fella. I love the point where he's asked, do you want to give a shout out to anyone? You just said, my mum.
Yeah.
That was very nice. Qatar Khan with 2 for 10 off his 2. Now, here comes Nafis Batar, who's already turned this game with a bat. He's going to fancy some cheap late wickets here.
This one's hit pretty well down the ground. Well, it's going to bisect the fielders, and it's going to perfectly, well, like threading the needle. Gets between Dan Mohammed and Shabekel. And, well, in the end, almost slow dancing by the end of this. They just had to both pump the brakes. They didn't want to collide, did they?
Dal Mohammed is furious with himself that he didn't stop it.
Well, if he stopped it, he might have had a boot in the face. So,
Yep.
in the end, probably not worth it. Nafis won't be thrilled about it. Yeah, he did shout out to his mum. All right, make sure I didn't tell my mum there's a live chat feature. Don't need that. This one gets with a pad. It'll just be a single. Well, I think I'll be... Who are you liking that next game between the Aachen Rising Stars and the Challengers? I mean, Rising Stars will be favourites, but the Challengers, they haven't been too bad. Just haven't got the results on the board yet. They'd love to pitch a win because they are in the danger zone of being eliminated. And I think if they could pinch at least one of those games, I think that'll improve their chances.
Let's see. No inside edge away for 1. Yeah, I'm normally hesitant in ECS games to be quite so confident of a prediction, but I'd strongly suggest that I see Rising Stars winning both of these. I think they're a really good cricket team. Got good depth in the batting and in the bowling. I think there's every chance they're going to finish second behind MSC as well.
In the air, just out of the grasp of the fielder. Twazim Khan in that position. And it only cost him a single. Brings up the 50 for VfB Gelsenkirchen. And Cosmic Nana is just telling us that it's her last day of work before she's got some holidays. That's fantastic, Nana. Luke's saying it's been a while since she's had holidays, so, well, certainly hope you enjoy your holiday. Will this mean we'll be seeing you in the live chat, or are you going to have a holiday from us as well? I think that's how she'd like to spend her holidays. Probably just maybe being presumptive in that. This one goes straight through Adil Khan's legs. And doesn't hurt him too much. Again, just another single.
Well, Nafis Battar screaming for that ball to come in as if the game is still very much alive. And that is because he's a paid-up member of the Figure Protection Society. And there's a little story I can tell you that will confirm that.
Here we go. This one's going to be another run. That'll be the end of the over. 52 for 3 after 8. Okay, tell me, what is this Figure Protection Society?
Well, the Figure Protection Society is a bowler that is particularly bothered about his numbers. I mean, what bowler isn't? But some even more so than others. Now, for a few games in white ball cricket, a couple of seasons ago, he captained in the absence of Sikandar Khan, and he got a slight reputation among his teammates for, shall we say, bringing himself on
here we go.
against the tail end when the game was done,
Stat
picking
hunter.
up a bit of a stat padder.
It's a stat hunter.
And he doesn't need to because he's an excellent bowler anyway, Nafis.
Sikandar Khan probably doing it himself here, and he does, and he bowls him first ball. And well, leg spin, one of the hardest things to do in cricket. And this one is right on the money. Sikandar Khan, yeah, he's being pretty unselfish. He'll only have the one over, bowling the 9th. But anyway, it's a perfect start. Now it's 52 for 4.
Yeah, the perfect time to bowl as well. The captain bringing himself on. The game dead. Chance to pick up a wicket or two. Help massage those figures.
Yeah, I was saying that before. I've said it before a million times. Get me on to bowl the 10th over every day of the week. 3 wickets for nothing. Just rock up. Put it anywhere on the pitch. I'll hand them to you.
Yeah. So 52 for 4. That is the best partnership of the innings so far. 27 added for the 4th, but it's broken now. And Swapnil Bahade needs a new partner. Shahidullah Rahman gone for 16 off 14. And Kamran Khan comes out, yet to hit double figures in any of his 4 innings in the tournament so far.
And poor Swapnil Bahade. I'd hate to be his chiropractor, because his back will be cooked from carrying his whole team today.
Your dad jokes are just
there the whole time, hasn't he? Anyway,
let's
see if we can get some highlights here from Kamran Khan. You're only ever one ball away from a highlight.
Good or bad?
I'm going to go for a single here.
Well, you're halfway there. You're only ever one ball away from a highlight. Good or bad, big 6 or bad dismissal. You're also only one ball away from a meme.
Yeah, but you don't have to. Well,
you don't necessarily want that.
You can always be really selective about these days. About clipping your highlights, just ignoring the other ones. Quicker ball, hit down the wicket. Oh, some more dancing for these two. Oh, this time it'll be Dawud Muhammad that takes it. Let's get a single. Hello to James Stewart in the chat. Cosmic Nana says she will be tuning in pretty much uninterrupted now that she's on her holiday. That's how she wants to spend it. Well, what a beautiful day this is in Krefeld today now. Look at the sun's out. A few fluffy clouds around. Sikandar Khan with the ball.
I can tell you what as well, Cosmic Nana's by no means the only person tuning in. Not just literally, of course. Plenty of you across the globe, but certain Ravichandran Ashwin tweeting yesterday, the Prague League was fun. Krefeld one now is even better. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Short. And he gets a return catch, and he takes the run out anyway. So he says, I don't want that, I want you. And
wants the double play.
Anyway, he said, well, I guess I'll have to take the first one.
He was trying to remove both at once here. Has to be reminded by the umpire it's not baseball.
Yeah, said, well, to be honest, I'd rather have you, Swapnil. Why don't you go? He said, stay here. You got me. This is where you try and tell the umpire it was not
cricket. But apart from that, yep, run out at the bowler's end.
It's really quick. He should have dropped it. Should have dribbled it. Should have bounced it and then got him. If he was smart. Anyway, still pretty smart. Skanda Khan, smart work. Won't get the double play, but he will get the wicket. That's 2 for him. And he's come on right at the right time, hasn't he? He's got 2 for 2. And the score now, it's 54 for 5.
Yeah, Skanda Khan with 2 wickets over. We just talked about captains bringing themselves on at the right time. It seems like Skanda Khan has done exactly that here.
Look at this one. He's wrapped the bat around that, actually. He said, hey, that'd be more useful. I'd like to. So hard to get Vahade out. Maybe that's the only way we'll get him. He said, well, this is what I think about that. Bit of a nice captain-to-captain moment there.
Tell you what, I think that's a solid Michael's moment contender right there.
Yeah, Michael's moment. That's gone viral as well, hasn't it? I like Michael's moment, actually. So here to stay. This one's down leg side. They're going to get some wides here. 2 of them.
Yeah, for those unfamiliar, sort of stumbled upon it as an invention yesterday. It's not necessarily, people talk often about the champagne moment. It's not necessarily the best moment of cricket. It's the best kind of thing that happened in terms of
it's
comedy value is
quirky.
important. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Quirky. Oh, this one. Wow, what a stumping. He's going to get 3. This is down the leg side.
It's a bit of late notice rabbit pie for Skanda Khan here.
Good keeping, though. This is the hardest stumping in the game. It'll be a wide down the leg side as well, so we'll get another chance. See, this is actually almost gone through the legs, has it? Has it gone between the legs, or has it gone down leg side? Let's have a look. I thought originally, look. Yeah, it's just missed the pad. And well, Habib, excellent wicket keeping. You don't see too many leg side stumpings. And he's made a great position. And so a third, and even better, he's going to get another delivery because that's going to be a wide. So, geez, making the most of it, isn't he? Now after that, it will be, who knows? I'm going to say 57 for 6 after that delivery.
Yeah, he's made that look easy. It's a really difficult skill from Habib Rahman. We've still got 7 balls left as a man who's struggled with the bat in the tournament so far. Ibn Kwane comes out to the wicket. Just 5 runs in his 3 innings across the tournament so far.
Yeah, so he's got 3 for 5. He's over Skanda Khan. Last ball of his over. Oh, it's edge. It was the quicker ball. Pushed it through. And Azim's after it. And we'll get back for 2 runs. That was cut away off a thick outside edge by Carney. That's the end of the very entertaining night, though. But it all happens in the night, as Rico would say. Now it's 59 for 6. Yeah, so Michael's moment. What about when you're not here, Michael? Are you going to make sure you tune in and tell us your moment in the chat, maybe? I don't think I'm qualified yet to judge a Michael's moment in the way that you can.
I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just my little thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Haven't really worked out.
We're all happy to see your little thing.
One thing we don't have as a possible moment is a 6 from this innings.
Yeah, I was going to say.
3 4s and no
Maximos.
6s.
It's a Maximo drought. It's always upsetting to me. Go home and cry when I can see an innings with no Maximos. I've been trying, though. Here's Nafees coming on. He provided a few of his own in the first innings. He hit 4 6s out of his 25 runs. Nafees.
Well, yeah, and it's not just 4 6s out of his 25 runs. 4 6s from the 7 balls that he faced. Yeah. And that was the clear point where this game turned. And really changed the body language of Gelsenkirchen coming into the midway point.
This one is nicely hit square, and they won't get it 6, but I'll get 4. Some debate about whether you should be able to be stumped off a wide. Yeah, I don't mind it. As a good keeper, Steve, I know you're saying doesn't think it's fair, but the thing is that it's not really an illegal delivery. It's just a delivery which is too wide or too high to hit comfortably, but you take away good wicket keeping if you do that. Next one, swing and a miss, but no wide call here. You know, there's another way you can be out off a wide. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. There's one other mode of dismissal that you can be out off a wide, but you can't be out off a no ball. What is it? You've got 2 balls because we're running out of time. How about you, Michael? Want to have a guess?
The only thing I was going to say, on the note of things being unfair that laws might want to look at, we've actually agreed on this before. The one that I think I need to look at, we see it a lot in the ECS, is the batters crossing when you get out.
Yeah, true. Come to that in a second. We're running out of time to get through all these things, but to say, it's good fielding. The look away from Adil Khan. But the thing is, wide's a judgment call, whereas no ball it should be clear if you're over the line or not. It's a delivery that's inherently unfair for one reason or another. But anyone else in the chat? Last chance. How you can be out off a wide but not a no ball. And yeah, look, leg side stumpings. I think they're sensational when you get them. And you want to reward good wicket keeping. The batsman had every opportunity to stay in his crease, but he elected to try and play the ball. And for that reason, that's why I think I wouldn't change it. Anyway, at the end of the game, I can tell you, it is hit wicket. You can be hit wicket off a wide, but on no ball. Same rationale, you see. But we do get to the end of the 10 overs here. There's a fairly pedestrian finish to this one. And in the end, they're going to fall well short. They're going to finish on 67 for 6 off their 10 overs. And they're going to go down 104 to 67. And well, congratulations to Mscf Frankfurt, who, look, that finishes their group campaign. They've been 7-1, only losing out to the Aachen Rising Stars. You see there?
Now they've decided they're going to do a bit of yoga to celebrate.
Why not? And they deserve to celebrate after another victory, made it 2 from 2. And they have cemented their place in the first place in the group. Only Aachen Rising Stars could potentially knock them off, who we'll see shortly. But, well, we saw a bit of action, didn't we? But really, Gelsenkirchen, they were never in the hunt for this total of 105.
Yeah, they needed 105 to win, and, well, they needed Vfbg to get them off to a fast start. He didn't. Malik's pinch hitting didn't work either. Came back for 2 here and only just made it back. A really good decision by the square leg umpire. Kader Khan came on, and the leading wicket taker of the tournament ended Fanish Rachuru's long vigil. 3 off 11 for him, a good catch by Rahman. Salom Dali, their best 6 hitter, made a 2-ball duck. Good catch by Hamza Said Amir off Kader Khan. Kader should have had a 3rd wicket in the same over. Shahid Afridi not able to hold on at backward point. And Kader did get hit for one of just 3 fours across the innings. Kader really bowling very well. 2 for 10 off his 2. Rare boundary down the ground. And then Shahidullah Aman out for 16 off 14. Second highest score of pretty poor batting effort from Gelsenkirchen. This was the moment of the innings. Sikander Khan looking for a double play. Took the court and bowl to get rid of Cameron Khan for 1. Saying to the umpire, well, can I have Vahadi as well? Unfortunately, the laws of cricket mean that you can't do that. Great stumping down the leg side. Sikander Khan picking up yet another. And he got the one he really wanted. Swapna Vahadi out for 17 off 16. Nafis Batar Ahmed came on at the death as well. And Nafis conceding 15 from his 2 overs. So Gelsenkirchen falling well short. And they won't get a chance for revenge because that was the second of their 2 matches they've lost to MS.